Prompt 15. What constraints are there on the pursuit of knowledge? Rephrasing the question can help you think about how to address the prompt, but be sure to title your essay with the exact wording above in plain English. What roadblocks, moral, practical, or social, stand in the way of our quest to learn more? 1. Identify the speed bumps before picking examples. Ethical boundaries are there areas or methods we decide we shouldn't explore, e.g. practical limits. Do financial, technological, or logistical shortages keep certain questions forever out of reach? Cultural political wars. Is information censored, suppressed, or simply ignored because of power dynamics or social taboo? 2. Plan. Spot your constraint objects. Choose a handful of these or your own to illustrate each obstacle. Terra incognita. Map blank spots on early globes. Show where technology or funding hadn't reached. Controversial patent, e.g. CRISPR or AI algorithm. Legal and moral debates can stall research and lock up promising tools. Broken microscope or obsolete instrument without updated gear. Entire fields like early microbiology remain speculative. Artifacts from closed societies. DPRK relic. Berlin Wall fragment. Political regimes that hoard or distort data cut off global inquiry. Religious text with contested interpretations. Deep disagreements over meaning can paralyze scholarly debate, e.g. Genesis creation account. Photo of the digital divide, a makeshift classroom with no internet highlights. Socio-economic limits on access. Exile diary or underground letter. Thinkers forced into hiding, e.g. Soviet dissidents show social constraints on free thought. Endangered language dictionary. When a tongue dies, the world loses unique taxonomies of local knowledge. Blueprint of a particle accelerator. Only a few labs with deep pockets and expert teams. 3. Craft your commentary. Restate the prompt. What stops us from knowing more? Where do we hit the brakes on discovery? Link, object, obstacle. That blank map pinpoints where sailors simply lacked ships or funding to explore this patent dispute over CRISPR held up gene editing trials for years. Consider workarounds. How have researchers or communities historically bypassed these limits? E.g. open source hardware, citizen science, whistleblower leaks, 4 tie back to TOK. Show how these constraints connect to the core concept. Ethics sets guardrails on what we shouldn't pursue, balancing progress against harm. Responsibility demands that we consider consequences and steward sensitive information. Wise limitations reminds us that all knowledge has boundaries, technical, cultural, or moral, and that recognizing them is part of critical inquiry. Reflection starters. Who gets to draw the line on ethical research? And on what grounds can practical constraints actually encourage creativity and novel approaches? When does withholding knowledge for safety cross into censorship or abuse of power? Your turn. Select the constraint objects that most sharply illustrate the roadblocks on our quest for knowledge, and explore how thinkers have navigated